Do you sleep more or less than a goat or a brown bat? How do you know that? Let us find out which animals are the most notorious snoozers and see which can go months without sleeping. How about the creature that never sleeps? Snails for several years. These slime-shelled creatures may slumber for up to 15 hours at a time, dozing off and waking up intermittently. A snail can continue to remain active for another 30 hours after that. Snails, however, can doze off for a long time in extreme circumstances when the environment becomes very dry. Frogs throughout the winter. Ice crystals that grow in their body cavities and under their skin don't bother frogs since they have some strange animal antifreeze. Up until spring, frogs don't breathe and their hearts don't beat in the chilly winter months. They basically sleep non-stop throughout that time. Despite having their eyes closed, they are continually on guard. Pythons might take up to 23 hours. Because these enormous snakes lack eyelids, it's challenging to tell whether they're sleeping. They often only eat once a week and spend the most of their time digesting their meals, which consumes a lot of energy. Because of this, it's not unusual for a python to sleep for 18 to 23 hours and then just wake up to go for a quick evening stroll. Koalas take 22 hours. They merely require a lot of energy to digest their high-fiber meal, so these adorable furballs aren't lazy at all. By the way, koalas prefer to hang on or nestle into tree forks when they are sleeping. Little brown bat, 20 hours. These flying microbats, which are nocturnal, active at night, spend up to 20 hours every day sleeping upside down. They may also take off more easily because of their peculiar sleeping position because their wings would otherwise be unable to lift them. Walruses might take up to 19 hours. If they are on land and sound sleeping, that is. But when walruses are in the water, everything is totally different. They are capable of sleeping for as long as 84 hours. They occasionally hold their breath for around 5 minutes and take a brief snooze underwater. They just use their teeth to bite into an ice sheet in order to prevent drifting. Giant armadillo, which takes 18 hours. Giant armadillos are not considered to be gregarious animals. They slumber in their burrows for the majority of the day. Armadillos only associate in order to stay warm or locate a mate. North American possum 18-hour. However, what's intriguing is that they can play possum for as long as 4 hours. The poor things get so terrified that they faint from shock, so they're not actually playing. One additional thing, though it's common to see them shown hanging from a tree branch by their tails, only young possums are capable of doing that. Adults can't sustain their own weight for more than a few minutes at a time. Owl monkey 17 hours. Also known as night monkey. These creatures typically snooze for 70% of the day, from dawn till dusk. Monkeys only leave their hiding places to forage for food after it has grown dark, and they continue to eat until the sun is almost about to rise. Identical to me on my hungry nights. Tigers take 16 hours. These powerful predators sleep for more than 65% of the day. They choose a resting spot without hesitation, whether it is on rocks, in the grass, or close to their prey. Squirrels 15 hours. The cheerful and hyperactive demeanor of these adorable animals is largely deceiving. Squirrels spend roughly 60% of their waking hours sleeping. Tree squirrels construct unique nests, known as drays, from twigs, branches, and leaves and spend the winter there. Cats 12 to 16 hours. Your feline friend doesn't actually sleep that much, even though it could be difficult to catch it between naps. The trick is that while you sleep, cats prefer to be active between dusk and dawn. Therefore, avoid running into your pet. But the commotion they make at 3 in the morning can keep you wide awake. Frigate birds take 12 hours or 45 minutes to complete. This bird sleeps in a unique manner when it is on land. A minute after falling asleep, frigate birds awaken just to do it once more. This cycle is repeated until the total number of 1-minute sleeps is 12. However, when these birds are flying, they only get 45 minutes of sleep each day, mainly in brief 10-second spurts after dark. Meerkats take between 10 and 12 hours. These adorable little critters congregate in heaps to sleep. The leaders, who always rest at the bottom of the pile, are protected and kept warm in this manner by the animals. Otters, 11 hours. Even though it's not always secure for them due to predators, otters need a lot of sleep. Additionally, they might doze off when sleeping. Otters frequently doze off on their backs on the water's surface because of this. They form groups and grasp hands to prevent anyone from being swept away by the current. Yes, they ought to cling to one another. Sloths take 10 hours. Sloths need to uphold their reputation, and it's been said that they sleep for 15 to 19 hours per day. The same is true of sloths kept in captivity. Rarely do wild sloths sleep longer than 10 hours each day. The sloth need a lot of time to find food and consume it because it is the slowest mammal in the world. Humans 6 to 8 hours. Yes, we shut off for up to 25 years, or 1/3 of our lives. Not unless you're a baby. In that case, you'd be in the 16-hour range with tigers. Alternatively, if you're a workaholic, you can fall further down the list. Goats and sheep take 4 hours. These animals don't all 4 hours of their sleep at once. They sleep for several hours, occasionally waking up. In order to stay warm and protect themselves, sheep and goats cluster together while they sleep. They alternate turns, keeping an eye out for predators. 4 to 5 hours for ants. Throughout the day, these insects take many 1-minute power naps, which add up to nearly 5 hours. However, the queen can sleep for up to 9 hours per day. After all, she is royalty. Elephants, 3 to 4 hours. Elephants must feed their enormous bodies for over 19 hours a day, which is impossible given their size. They either sleep standing up, leaning against a tree, or sleeping on their sides. If they do decide to lay down, they can't do it for longer than 30 minutes. They might crush their insides if they don't. Giraffes 30 minutes. Don't take their time, they only have a maximum of 30 minutes to dodge predators. This rest is broken up into a number of 5-minute naps throughout the day. Giraffes have trouble finding a comfortable sleeping position because they are tall, lanky animals. Due to this, people frequently see some Z's while standing. But on occasion, they will lie down on the ground and form the cutest, limpiest ball you have ever seen. Whales for an hour. Amazingly, sperm whales sleep by bobbing vertically close to the water's surface. They get a little bit more than an hour of deep sleep every day, spread out over short, regular periods. During their naps, these giants do not breathe or move. Orca calves not until they are older. During their first few weeks, and occasionally even their first few months of life, baby orcas don't sleep at all. While their parents are sleeping, they continue to swim. It shields them from predators and keeps them warm. Dolphins, never. Dolphins do have deep sleep cycles known as logging, mostly because when a dolphin is in this state, it resembles a log floating on the water. However, dolphins only turn off 1/2 of their brains and only close the eye that faces the side of the powered down hemisphere. They can stay vigilant and keep an eye out for trouble this way. I'm relieved I'm not a dolphin. If you discovered something new today, please like and share the video with a friend. Thanks for watching.